Joseph says, "Hey, Zach, I thought you'd be interested in knowing a little backstory for an upcoming NBA bubble game. The Pacers are playing the Heat on the 10th, and the last time the teams met, TJ Warren got ejected after a couple of heated altercations with Jimmy Butler. Warren was pretty much shut down by Butler, only scoring 3 points, and Butler even called Warren out after the game, calling him soft and saying they weren't on the same level. So the beef has been pretty much brewing ever since. Now that TJ seems to have caught fire in the bubble, it's going to be interesting to see how that game plays out. Kind of a revenge of sorts. Anyway, just thought you might appreciate the background. Have a good one." Man, Joseph, thank you so much. That's interesting. That makes me want to watch on Monday. On Monday, you have that game, Miami Heat versus the Indiana Pacers. It is at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. West Coast Time. And I want to just look at the NBA schedule in general. This question made me kind of realize I should probably start talking about what games I plan to watch this week, because I do make a list at the beginning of every week and go, these are like the 6 games I care about. And I want to just share publicly what those games are, tell you what games I'm looking forward to. And then occasionally I make adjustments, like there's a big blowout, and I'm like, well, I watched Celtics Raptors the other day, and it was pretty boring. The Celtics dominated the Raptors, and I think a lot of it was because of their height. A lot of it was because these are two teams that are getting ready for the playoffs and maybe don't care as much about this game. It's hard to tell. And so some games I scratch off if they're not interesting. But so far, these are the games I'm curious to watch next week. We already talked about the Heat and the Pacers. Also on Monday, you have the Raptors and the Milwaukee Bucks. And it's possible this will be a Eastern Conference Finals preview. The Bucks are the number 1 team in the East. The Raptors are the number 2 team in the East. I'm curious to watch, I believe OG Anunoby is going to be guarding Giannis in this game. That's the matchup I really want to watch. How do the Raptors defense handle Giannis? That's going to be really fun. I want to watch how Giannis gets guarded by the Raptors, how they handle it. 12:30 East Coast time, 3:30 West Coast time zone. Raptors, Bucks, Monday night. It's going to be great. On Tuesday, 1:30 West Coast time, 10:30 on the East Coast, 10:30 in the morning. You have the Suns and 76ers. I have watched the 76ers multiple times now. I haven't made a video about them because I can't get a read on them. They're such a weird team. Ben Simmons got hurt. When I watch Joel Embiid, he's so up and down. There are times where he literally just seems often completely unmotivated. And what that could do, the Suns are not a bad team. They have Mikal Bridges, they have DeAndre Ayton, they have Ricky Rubio, and most importantly, they have Devin Booker, who can put up a lot of points. And I would not be shocked if the Suns beat the 76ers and Devin Booker put up a lot of points. And if you like scoring, watch the 76ers versus the Suns. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm excited to watch Devin Booker maybe go off against Philadelphia. Now on Tuesday, Blazers, Mavericks. I guess the last game was also a Tuesday, so I kind of whatever the voice thing was, I don't know. But 12:30 East Coast time, 3:30 on the West Coast. The Blazers are a game and a half out of the playoffs, so this is a game the Blazers have to win. They just lost to the Clippers. They need to win this game, and it's not going to be easy because the Mavericks are a fun team. They have Luka Doncic. They have Doncic. People want me to get that clear. Doing my best. They have Kristaps Porzingis. They have Seth Curry. The Mavericks are a good team. And the Blazers have, on their side, 3 good centers, 2 really small guards. I don't know how they match up with Luka. It's going to be interesting. Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, they can hit threes. I am just curious to see how the Blazers do, in fact, match up with Dallas. It feels like the Blazers are going to be a playoff team. And it's possible this is a preview of a rematch we're going to see later down the road. And it's a must-win game for the Blazers. Now, Tuesday night, we have the Pelicans and the Kings. These are 2 young teams. They're not going to make the playoffs. And it's the second to last game of the year for the Pelicans. I believe it's the same boat for the Sacramento Kings. Not to mention the Kings just recently beat the Pelicans 140 to 125. What's interesting about this game is that, well, first of all, whether or not Zion Williamson will play, because Zion Williamson has been... He rested the other day. It was kind of weird. It's pretty clear the Pelicans were like, we're not going to make the playoffs. We're going to take care of our players. The Pelicans also have, other than Zion Williamson, they have Lonzo Ball. They have a great bench player, Josh Hart, that I like. And they have Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is a guy that is such a good young scorer. Probably the most improved player of the year in the NBA. They also have a veteran, JJ Redick, a guy I love, gives great effort, fights really hard. And the Kings are led by a young point guard, De'Aaron Fox. Now, De'Aaron Fox is not the only star on the Kings, but he's the guy I'm really looking forward to watch. The Kings also have Bogdan Bogdanovic, and he put up 35 points in the Pelicans the other day. The Pelicans-Kings on Tuesday should be fun. Two young teams. They're not playoff teams, but they're interesting because they're young, and they got a couple stars. Now, number 6, the final game of the week. There might be a game that stands out that I'm not expecting. If that's the case, we'll do a what we learned from topic about an episode, one of those games. But the Raptors and 76ers, again, I've touched on how I don't know what to make of the 76ers. This is a potential playoff matchup between the Raptors and the 76ers. I'm curious how they match up. I want to watch a little bit of the game. The question is what Philadelphia 76ers team is going to show up. I don't know what to expect. I have no idea. I just watched the 76ers beat the Magic. They were completely uninspired. Again, for half the game, it felt like Joel Embiid was asleep. And Joel Embiid takes so many plays off. It's a frustratingly low amount of effort. So maybe playing against the Raptors could bring the competitive nature in him out a little bit. And we're likely going to see no Ben Simmons because he hurt his knee. So that's it. That's it, guys. It's Monday. We have Pacers and Heat. We also have Raptors and Bucks on Monday. We have Tuesday, the earlier games, the 76ers and the Suns. Blazers, Mavs also on Tuesday. And then Pelicans, Kings Tuesday night. And then on Wednesday, the Raptors and the 76ers. Those are the games coming up this week. I am excited to watch.